Okay,
And we're not.
we are live. So stop talking about what you were just talking about.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want people to know how to use Bitcoin.
Yes.
I just want to make sure we weren't joining voice and video on Roll20.
No, we were not. We are joining Discord today. I'm just making sure this all looks as good as it should. And I don't see anybody like lagging terribly on their screens, so that's wonderful.
Cool.
Excellent. And the stream looks okay. Looks better than it has looked. My
just okay.
video screens are a little staggered and a little not uniform size, but you know what? We're moving up in the world.
Yeah, maybe the audio will be better this week too.
Maybe.
Baby steps.
Yes.
We set the bar pretty low, so.
Well, I mean, if we look too good too fast, we're gonna make other people jealous, and they're gonna come
That's a
after
fact.
us.
Yeah, you got to go through your growing pain.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta give the allure of being rookies at doing this.
Right. Yeah, we're like right now we're like Walmart parking lot status. we're trying to work our way up to Bon Marché parking lot status.
Yes.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I don't even know how to put that in perspective.
Just had a flashback.
They got
childhood.
They got fancier parking lots with more landscape islands. So
Yes.
Okay.
I also see a spot on the screen where I can add our logo, so I'll do that next time as well. We did get a nice thumbnail this week, courtesy of Layla. Thanks for doing that. Again, moving up in the world. So, last time we had quite the adventures. Madame Zeroth arrived, but didn't see anyone. We had some interesting druid with animal communications, and it was good. It was good.
Making friends.
that's what it's all about.
Yes, we had Matcha and Finnegan meet up in a tavern, and Matcha did the animated.
Oh God, what
was it called?
Animated golem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Animated golem. And that was great.
So cool. He's the best at it.
And what else am I forgetting?
3-card Monty.
3-card Monty, yes. Ace was not good at it.
Better at making tables, though.
Not in the beginning, she wasn't.
And Draco pretty much just stayed straight on everything he was doing.
Stay true to who he is.
Yeah, watched Orion, Mama Bird Seagull.
Just taking in the sights, not his crowd typically, but still gonna see what's going on.
Yes. So it is now the day of the festival, the true day of the fishing tournament, the day of Madame Zeroth kicking off the festivities. There's a couple hours until it's actually supposed to start, but the city is buzzing. People are heading toward the city square where she parked her massive carriage, which I can...
Not the size of the carriage. It's how you use it.
Yes.
She got like a loo in there or something. Like she hasn't come out at all.
Maybe.
Really nice, guys.
Yes.
There's just some guy pulls up with a vac truck every week, just drags a hose through the trailer.
It's the newest rage. It's called plumbing. So yes, their massive carriage with their massive horses parked in town, and Draco and some of the other town guards kind of kept watch on it overnight. Kept a really shady looking guy who was chittering at a squirrel from entering, and
Thank goodness.
I love them squirrels.
Yeah, it's about I'd say 7 a.m. Things are supposed to start kicking off around 9 a.m. So what's everybody doing?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Little late for breakfast if it's 9 a.m., don't you think?
Well, it's 7 a.m. right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We're waiting for 7 a.m.
I don't have a watch.
Man.
Sometimes when I gauge the sun, it's a little off depending on how many clouds are up in the sky.
Yeah, how do you know if you're at work on time there, Draco?
Just listen for the screaming.
That's when you know you're on time?
Mm-hmm. Yep. People are terrified of me.
Got it.
The hell is that weirdo doing here?
Does the tavern serve breakfast?
Sure does.
All right, I'm gonna go there for breakfast.
All right. The fish hook, I believe, is the what it was called.
That's one of them.
Totally remember it's called the fish hook.
I'm at the other one.
And Draco ate breakfast at the house he's staying at from one of the members of the LMA.
Okay.
Loving mother-in-law association.
Gosh, we have.
Everything good?
My notes got messed up, but that's okay. We'll carry on. What was the name of the tavern? Because I have the tavern named the inn name.
I thought it was. What was the name of the town?
Sundale.
It was
that
like.
was the name of the ale.
Oh.
Sundale. Sundale Ale.
Sundale Tavern.
Does
that work?
Barely anything down.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Carrying on. So you're getting breakfast there. All right. Oh, that's right. I have another tab. That's why I can't find anything. What's everybody else doing?
Fishing tournament starts today, right?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
I was going to ask what time that starts.
Yeah.
It'll
So
start
I'm
shortly after Madame Zeroth's speech and everything.
Does he have a watch? How's he going to be there on time?
He holds his axe in the air like a sundial and then reads his shadow.
I like it.
Excellent.
I'm probably I'm down by the docks asking the fishermen are they biting out there, and other fishermen talk, and then trying to find out what kind of lures or bait is working.
Excellent. One of the fishermen says that he uses the brand Master, and that's the best bait that there is. And
Brand Master. Excellent.
Oh.
Hey, as long as they, keep that down on the docks, don't bring it into town.
Yeah, you keep your master bait out there.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
keep it in the ocean where no one else can see it.
Don't bring it around the squirrels either.
You never want to reveal to anyone else the secret of your cast.
Oh, that sounds fair.
I would say that.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I wasn't
yes.
sure.
Vor, you are. You notice that all the ships are being held at the dock, nobody's out actually fishing yet. The tournament, nobody's being allowed until the actual signal of the tournament. And so, but there are a lot of fishermen getting ready.
Perfect. I don't think I've got a ride on a boat yet, so I'm probably trying to find a boat to go out fishing on so I can participate in this tournament. I got signed up after having to wait.
You did get signed up, and you were assigned.
Yeah.
You were assigned a boat for that.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
For waiting that stupid line.
Zach, the answer is probably, but not right now. Okay, what are you doing, Orion?
I would say that Orion is going to wake up from his sketchy alleyway hammock and check on the carriage, make sure it's still there. He'd have woken up with the sun, and assuming that it still is, he'll meander the streets and try and find a dirt patch between loose cobblestones and grow himself 10 good berries as
Okay.
he maybe pops a few in his mouth to satiate his hunger.
Okay. As you check, the carriage is still there. You didn't miss the carriage, and it's you do find some nice dirt, like some broken cobblestones that you can plant your good berries in. You have a few people watching you plant them and trying to figure out what the heck you're doing, but it's pretty uninterrupted, and there is a crowd gathering in the area around the carriage. You notice that there is the half giant that was walking down the street with the carriage is out, just kind of looks like he's stretching his legs and stuff just outside the carriage, but most of the people in the area aren't really paying him any mind. They're staying away from him.
Fair enough. Well, I would take my time, try and find a patch of dirt that's intermingled with some delicious street soup to help, like, really make the good berries nice and supple.
You want them savory?
Right. And I'm keeping an eye out for that unagreeable squirrel that wouldn't help me out yesterday to see if, they're standing around mocking me.
Excellent. All right. What is Finnegan and Matcha doing? You guys have different. You guys went different ways after the tavern, right?
Yeah, I was staying at the fish hook.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm at the other one because
Okay.
they were mean to me at the fish hook
That's
for
right.
no reason. I think they just don't like old people.
That's as much a reason as any, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think it's illegal. We should do
Make
something
room
about that.
for the
Draco.
younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the other one is, I would also be probably seeking out some breakfast.
Yes.
Did we determine when the
Thank you.
fishing tournament starts?
After the speech from Madame Zeroth, which is at 9.
Okay, cool. So if it's
And
not
would-
that time yet, I'd like to be getting some food.
Okay.
Is she gonna say, "Gentlemen, start your boats" at the end of her speech?
She's gonna go, "It's time." Sat at the far dock with the blue stripes on its bow. Macho, what are you doing?
I'm just doing the basic morning stuff, waiting until 9 to see the speech.
The triple S's.
Try not to stir up any trouble or anything like that.
Okay. Excellent. And Draco, what are you doing? You said you were staying at the mother-in-law
Sorry, did you
suite?
say you talked to me?
I
Sorry.
did.
Yeah, so I just finishing up my breakfast and getting my gear on and getting ready to head out and see what kind of trouble's going on.
Excellent. As the morning's going on, the streets are, people are definitely starting to head downtown. There's about an hour left before she's supposed to speak. But a lot of people are like getting their seats, so to speak, and they are funneling downtown. A lot of the people who were at the docks getting their getting registered for their respective boats are now headed toward the center of town as well. And yeah.
I'd like a spot like on top of a roof.
Okay. Do you want to find your way to the roof?
Yes.
Okay.
Where I can get like a nice aerial view.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Are you headed
And I'm
there
gonna hang-
now, then?
I am headed there now.
Go ahead.
Is there a section in the crowd for like little people, like dwarves and gnomes, that they can see over other people? Like,
No.
Great
or like the front part of the crowd, is
Great.
it special reserved?
No. In fact, we can go there now.
Was this the first time they've ever done this?
Awesome.
It looks populated.
Orion is overstimulated.
Yeah, which one of those are me?
Let me get everything else situated here. Sorry.
It's like a Where's Waldo. Found myself.
Are we on there?
Yeah, you guys are all on there.
Can I move myself to the back of the crowd so I can
Yes,
get
you
to the
can move
boat?
yourself wherever you would
All
like
right.
to be at.
I want to get to the boat quicker after the
Okay.
speech.
Is there
Okay.
is there going to be time between the end of the speech and the start? Like, are they going to wait for the crowd to
Yes.
move over, or do we have to sprint? Like, if we want to see both?
No, there's a time for
Okay.
like an overflow.
Okay.
Is there an easy way to find yourself on this?
You're all at the bottom. You have like the
Oh,
red
I
bars
see.
above your head.
There we go. Which side of the cart is Madam getting out on?
It would probably be the north side.
All right.
You are too close to the cart. That person with the blue ring around them is the like tiefling mage looking female that was walking along the carriage.
Well, I'm trying to like run security here,
Okay. You can be
so I.
like in between. Yeah, that was. Oh, I guess yeah. You could be close to her, but just not right up on her.
Not like that?
Yeah,
Or
that's fine.
Further away. Okay.
Are all these people on roofs?
Some of them are, yeah.
Not an original thought.
No.
I thought they were inside. Like,
No.
I was just gonna go inside one of these establishments. Find a nice chair to sit on and be comfortable.
Just want to be away from everybody else.
Gosh, I can't get this quite where I want it to be. Yeah, that's a little better.
Right here, this little courtyard area looks pretty empty. I'm gonna hang out back here.
Okay.
Are there street vendors here? Is there food also? Ah, worst.
There's a weird fruit bearing weed growing out of the cobblestone.
Did I find it?
Actually, yes, you're over, like right in there is where he found
Oh,
his
good.
cobblestone.
If I stumbled upon that, I'll grab a few berries.
Sweet
if
berries.
there were any on it.
What's this?
I would say roll nature. See if you can identify them as edible or.
Okay, nature right there. Boom.
Yeah, you recognize that as an edible fruit. You don't know
Yeah.
exactly what it is, but you're.
I'll pick a couple of those edible fruits and enjoy that.
Eat 3 of them.
Yes, tasty. Thank you.
After you eat one, you
It's a
feel
good
like
batch.
almost uncomfortably full, but not quite.
Ew.
You feel very well. You feel very, very well nourished, though.
Phew, how am I supposed to enjoy eating more food if I'm already this full?
Yeah, the crowd's gathering around. It's getting pretty crazy. People are like lighting firecrackers and shooting their pistols in the sky, going "Yeah!" Not really, but they are doing like
Yosemite's
firecrackers.
damming it over there.
Like the Texan from The Simpsons. A little more time goes by, and the I gotta remember which mouse I'm going after. The mayor, who is here, comes out and tries to quiet the crowd, which works a little bit, and then This large gentleman here roars very loudly and scares a few people back, but it gets a lot quieter after that. The mayor, she gives a very formal announcement of Madame Zeroth here from far away from the world-renowned Seer, Madame Zeroth. And yes, Madame Zeroth, who is over here right now.
Yes.
It's happening. It's happening.
She
Nice
steps out
job.
of the carriage, and the crowd goes wild. People are screaming and cheering, and as she's walking around, the female tiefling here is like scaring people back. She's got like a staff and is like making it glow and like shoving it in people's faces, so they're like stumbling over each other to get back. And she's kind of escorting. Whoops, not that. She's escorting. Constitution save.
Yeah, Orion's having trouble maintaining his consciousness.
Yes, she walks around to this side of the carriage, next to the mayor. It's still very quiet. The crowd is kind of on edge.
Can I use Mage Hand to lift myself into the air?
How much do you weigh?
That's a great question.
I think you could only
I
lift
weigh-
10 pounds with Mage Hand.
I weigh more than 10
You
pounds.
just like give yourself a wedgie and like pull yourself.
Yeah, I don't know that I would choose to do that. Oh, this is a great time. Reminds me of my days back at school.
As she steps out and the crowd quiets and is kind of hanging on her, you definitely feel like she's playing on the suspense of the audience. This isn't her first show. She's definitely somewhat of a showman here. But then she speaks up and her voice is very amplified, almost magically. Anybody near the front can give me a perception check. That would be your Orion and Draco and Vor. Macho, where are you at? Okay, I see you. Okay.
I'm like right there, right?
Yep, I see you. I gotta stop looking at that screen and start looking at this screen. What's going on?
Isn't there a way to turn on the names of all the tokens
They
for
are
their
turned
party? I can only see my name.
on. Yeah, they're all
I
turned
can't see
on.
these other guys' name.
Yeah, I can see all your names on here.
I think that's okay for now.
I can mostly pick out everybody with the borders and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. Wonder if I click
I
on them.
don't see their names. That's weird.
Oh, what is cool is I can't move other people. That's
Yeah.
so it knows like, nope, that's your token. That's when you
if
have
I
control
assigned
over.
everybody their own token.
Nice job. That's really cool. Technology is so scary.
I'm having issues with Roll20 on my laptop, so I'm just gonna ignore that for now. We'll go back to this. Those of you who rolled higher than 12, or 12 or higher, can see like an amulet around her neck that is glowing a little bit. And but yes, she's speaking and her voice is like carrying throughout, almost echoing in the courtyard here, the town square. She says, "My grandmother, Matron Zeroth, brought my family over here on the bridge. I was just a young girl at the time and have vague memories. She grew tired of the tyranny of the Drow society, and when she saw the opportunity to whisk us away on the bridge to start a new life, she took it. I have very, very few memories of the Underdark, but I have seen many things here on the surface. My family was torn from us, forced into servitude. Servants and guards torn to shreds by beast and men. I've had to run, hide, steal, and sell myself to survive as long as I have. But I see a new beginning for the world. Terrace is rebuilding. Wars are now being fought for freedom rather than power. Neighbors no longer shudder themselves from one another, but rather lend a hand and share a mug of ale. And like a loud cheer comes after this statement. This world is on the rise for the first time in a millennia. I have seen many things past, but I have also seen many things future. Great things and terrible things. Things that may yet still change, and many things that will not. But I feel that we as a global community are on the path to success. There is nothing here that can stop. And she kind of pauses a little bit. Stop. And she reaches her hand up and touches her nose, and she's got pulls her hand away, and those of you who are close can see that her nose is bleeding out of both nostrils, and she's starting to go very pale. She steps a little bit and starts to go down, and the female warlock grabs her and is kind of shaking her to see if she's okay. And the half giant takes a step closer to her as well. I would move him closer, but I'm still having trouble over here. She then kind of stands back up, and her eyes roll back, and her head drops back, and she starts kind of shaking a little bit. And without looking into the crowd, she just starts pointing in directions. And then as she's doing that, each of you are being lit by fairy fire. So it looks like you've got purple flames on you. They don't burn, they don't feel warm or anything, but people are backing away from you. And you could see one up on the roof over there. Female who looks like she was trying to be a little hidden is now glowing in bright flame. There's a little fella off to the side here eating a berry, and all of a sudden everybody's staring at him. And yes, in the main crowd, people are starting to back away. She then kind of shakes herself back into what seems like a semi-normal state, and she whispers something to the female tiefling, and the tiefling escorts her back into the carriage, and the half-giant announces, "All those who are on fire, come see the mistress." And then he stands outside the main door of the carriage.
Did I notice that I was on fire?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I was eating a berry. It's pretty good.
So do I have to go see her now, or can I wait till my shift is over?
Do you think your manager will let you?
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to talk to your supervisor about that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see if my boss is okay with this.
So
Dr.
I'm on
Pay.
fire right now. Can I go?
Yeah.
You can be excused.
cow.
I'll climb down from the roof, down the little alley there.
Why you're not just gonna do some athletic leap?
I'm afraid to at this point.
Here, the 3-card Monty was pretty harsh.
Yeah. Yeah, you should just leap and land on that table.
With the people's elbow.
I'm gonna dramatically be like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Madame wants to see me.
I'm very important.
I find the person that turned me away from the carriage last night, and I say, "I told you I had an appointment."
You'll never work in this town again.
And then out of the corner of your eye, you see that squirrel suddenly has interest in you.
Wait,
So we all are we all moving our tokens up here then? I'm seeing. Okay.
Yes.
I'd say that Draco moves over there apprehensively, not really willing to commit to what's going on, but more out of curiosity, kind of hangs to the back of the group, so to speak.
Okay. As you guys are walking through the crowd, people are like definitely stepping out of your way and like murmuring and wondering what's going on, and some people are just kind of scoffing like, this is just so dramatic, and like, this is not what I was expecting. I just want to go fish. And so some people are a little apprehensive, but most are very curious. As you get up the front here, the mayor like looks at all of you, and she seems a bit perturbed and doesn't really say anything. It's almost like
I heard that as mare, like horse. I was like, what? I don't know why my brain does things sometimes. Go on. I'm sorry.
What did you say?
the mayor.
Yeah. What's this horse got to do with anything?
Now I'm thinking I need to get on Mid-Journey later and make a John Mayer image.
Please do.
Do we? I'm gonna.
Thumbnail
are we
for
going
next time.
inside directly. Are we waiting?
So as you guys approach here, there is the halfling. Sorry, I'm a little nasally and I am not pronouncing everything. She is leading you around to the other side of the carriage, from the mayor up and over to this. I can move you guys. Look at that. It's almost like I'm a god or something.
I'm gonna move myself.
And then as she gets you to the door, the half giant opens it and steps aside and lets you in.
One at a
We all
time or
gonna
all at
fit?
once?
All at once.
It's a massive carriage, guys. I've heard about how massive this carriage is. Some say it's the biggest carriage I've ever seen. Ask anyone, they'll tell you it's the biggest.
I'm gonna sit right next to the lady.
She is
That way
not
our-
where you can see her when you walk in.
Oh, I was hoping I could sit down and then our legs would like be touching each other on the side.
Is it like the Weasley tent where you like walk in and it's bigger than?
It is like the Weasley tent when you walk in, and it's way bigger.
Okay.
It's like kind of a horseshoe booth looking thing in the center of it. It's like a very full of pillows and cushions and like very silks and velvet. And there's a table. It's kind of surrounding a table with a crystal ball on it. To the sides, there's a door on each side of the. To your left and your right as you walk in.
Which one's the loo?
I was trying to
Good
hold it
question.
in. Are we going to be here for a while?
I thought I was gonna get a chance to just go once the boats went out.
Just jump in the water and pretend like I'm swimming.
Oh, sure it's hot, guys. I'm just gonna jump in. Just get a splash real quick.
The wall that you like walk in, behind you there's it's just like a wall of drawers and cabinets. The room smells very heavily perfumed. There's a lot more light in there than you would imagine, since there's all the curtains are drawn, but you can tell that it's kind of a glow coming from the orb on the table. The halfling instructs you to sit at the booth, like the horseshoe bench around the table.
Are we missing a dwarf inside the trailer? Or is that just my screen? There we go.
Thank goodness Draco's here.
I know.
It's in line.
Did you not see the fairy fire?
I also heard God was moving me around, so
I didn't feel led
Yeah.
by the spirit. So
I
go.
just, I want to make sure that everybody's doing things themselves too.
I'm gonna sit down and make myself
Just
like,
enough free will.
overly comfortable.
Okay. Yeah, there's more than enough room for all of you to sit there comfortably.
So you're like in your pajamas.
Yes.
Sweet.
I'm not gonna sit though. I'm just gonna stand there.
You're gonna stand next to the bench?
Yeah, I'm not sitting
Or
down.
you're just like
I don't
hovering
feel-
over it, like pretending to sit? I'm not actually gonna do it though.
No.
Just
Gonna
squat there.
I'm going to take a moment to compare the light from this crystal ball to the light of the gem in my staff and see if there are any similarities.
The light in the crystal ball is more of like a pale blue light, whereas the one that refracts from your gem is more, that foresty green. But you definitely feel a connection of sorts. You don't know. It's very vague. It's not very defined at all. It's just similar, I guess. You feel a similarity.
Curious.
After everybody is settled in, I'm assuming everybody is sitting. Matcha, Draco, Finnegan, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm sitting. Is there beverages?
His back hurts.
Is this hospitable or?
No, there are no beverages at this time.
I turned to one of the guards that let us in. Like, can I get a drink? I'm very old. I'm very parched. I had to walk all the way from over there. I was on fire at one point. It's been quite an adventure.
And it's only 8:30.
Ugh. I just wanted some breakfast.
After you request it, the halfling looks a little annoyed, but goes over and sparks a small fire in a very small stove and puts a kettle of water, like a pot of water on it. She says that she'll have some tea out in a minute.
Yes, serving your guests can be quite bothersome after you've lit them on fire. I understand. Very, very bothersome.
Draco, are you sitting?
Yeah. I'm just sitting down and looking around and trying to take in the situation and see if anything suspicious is happening.
Okay.
Aside from not being offered something to drink.
Yeah.
It's
A
pretty
Coke would be nice.
Ice, especially.
Yeah. In a glass, not a plastic cup.
Matcha?
Yeah, treat me like a person. It's not a frat party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just sitting down. But I did want to acknowledge Fillion when I saw him come up to the carriage,
Finnegan?
knowing that we partied last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you're getting it.
I was practicing.
Ace, you recognize him as the old man you helped pick up coins a couple days ago.
I'm glad I didn't steal them.
I would have forgotten.
After a short time, you all are offered a cup of tea from a somewhat, I wouldn't say hostile, but not polite halfling who also, she has her crossbow slung over her shoulder, like on a strap still.
Can I detect poison and diseases?
Can you?
Yeah, it's a spell.
Okay, well, then do it.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Just-
it like a ritual?
Discreetly as possible. No, it's just a spell.
Are there diseases in this cup?
No,
While
it's
he's
just
doing
a
that, I just
concentration.
ask.
It's just a concentration spell.
Okay.
So I just concentrate on it. And for the duration, you can sense the presence and locations of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So you cast it. You do
Are
detect
these
several different poisons in the room, but none of them in your cup or anybody else's cup.
All right.
It's in various drawers and cabinets. You can detect like poisonous plants. You can detect poison, like animal poisons and venoms and things like that. Like they had been extracted. And yes.
Right. Cool.
But not in your
As
drink.
long as there's nothing in the tea.
Yeah.
The halfling looked too disgruntled.
Do you tell us that it's safe, or are you just keeping it to
there's-
yourself?
There's no reason.
I know
If there
we-
was,
I know
was
we just
poison,
met,
I would have
but I
told
want you guys to know your drinks are not poisoned.
I mean, no. Still not a terrible thing to be told.
After
I'm not gonna drink the tea.
Yeah, you're not gonna drink the tea.
No, I'm worried about missing my boat for this fishing tournament. I'm just kind of don't even
Very
want to be.
preoccupied.
I don't even want to be in here.
Yeah, inconvenienced by all of this. for
Yeah, I
sure.
didn't ask to be set on fire.
Rarely
See?
does it happen, but some people are just gifted and blessed. After about 10 minutes of tea and awkward silence, the door to the western side opens and Madame Zeroth comes out. She looks a lot better than she did. She's still fairly pale, but her nose isn't bleeding anymore, and she's changed. And the tiefling comes out with her and pulls over like a nice pillowed cushion for her and sets her down like opposite side of the table from the horseshoe bench. She says, "Well, welcome to my home. I'm sorry for the dramatic entrance. I don't know what came over me, but I feel like I needed to talk to you. You felt like you needed to talk to me." And she points at Orion and gives him back his note that he sent her the day before.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like me? Check yes or no.
Check yes or no.
The note literally reads, "Tell me your secrets." Is there anything written down on it?
No, there is nothing written down on it.
Tell me your secrets. Like, I mean, this one time I did steal candy at the. So vague.
She says, sorry, give me 1 second.
It's just very to the point. I mean,
Mhm.
why worry about the pomp and circumstance of how I asked the question? Just, I want to know your secrets.
She looks at her crystal and kind of gets her shoulders all relaxed and she starts focusing. She goes, "No, this isn't right. Valerine, I need this table cleared." And so the tiefling comes over and removes the crystal ball and pulls the big tablecloth off, and like underneath there's like a large circular tabletop, and she pulls that off, and there's a large like brazier underneath it, and she adds a few pieces of wood to it and lights a small fire. And Madame Zeroth says, "I don't know exactly why I've called you here, but I think I'll find out. This is a more primitive form of seeing, but sometimes it's more effective, if less direct. In this room, there are many drawers, many cupboards, cabinets, many bones, plants, horns. I need each of you to browse the room and pick one item to throw into the fire."
Could I just take my teacup and just huck it in there?
I'd like to immediately point out all the drawers with poison in it. Just like poison, 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 poison.
I'm gonna hop over the backside instead of waiting
Okay.
to like scooch out,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna immediately start rifling through everything.
Okay. There's like There's books, there's parchments, there's, different animal bones, different bones from beasts, horns from what look like dragons, and
I'd like to find something valuable. Or
there is a rhino horn. I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
should you roll perception at all?
Sure.
so is that a no? I can't just throw the tea and
You can
cup?
throw your teacup in there if that's what you choose to do.
That's what I choose to do. I'm not
Okay.
even moving. Staying in my
It
spot.
hisses and steams and crackles.
I'd like
a
to make
bunch.
eye contact with the halfling as I do it.
Okay.
Just stand down, just
I'm looking for like a gem or something.
Okay.
there's a Planet Fitness, I think, over here to the left, northwest.
Click on it.
Today's pizza day.
You find various crystals, some valuable gems. There's like some very ancient like coins and like paper money and lots of different.
I'll grab like an old coin.
Okay. It's like a tarnished silver bronze color.
Orion would be looking for anything, obviously nature related, but anything that could have also doubled as like a spiritual, significant item, like a dream catcher or something like that.
Okay. You can roll, I guess, as you're like rifling through, there's different like branches from different types of trees from all over the world. There is like a unique item that's like it's almost like a slingshot shaped twig, and there's like a really ornate spider web woven in between the two branches. There's a lot of like rare herbs and spices, and yes.
That branch in particular sounds very right up his alley. He'll take it and maybe hesitate for a moment, looking to Madame Zeroth before he actually throws it into the fire, admiring its sort of intricate beauty before allowing it to be destroyed.
And she just nods at you.
He tosses it in gingerly.
What were you asking?
I was wondering if I could sleight of hand.
You want a sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay. You sure about that?
How close are they watching?
I mean, everybody's kind of wandering around. They're not really watching you guys closely.
I'm gonna try.
Okay. What are you trying to sleight of hand?
Another coin. I'm gonna do the Jack Sparrow.
One for the fire and one for you.
Yeah.
You feel like you got a coin in your pocket undetected.
Sorry.
Just roll again.
I don't know what I just.
Oh, that was your sleight of hand. Sorry. I thought.
Oh.
But yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Oops, I forget every time I click there, I have to click here.
Ace is on fire today.
What's everybody else grabbing? We got 3 others.
Well, yeah, I guess we're all on fire, actually.
Still?
I'm gonna open the closest drawer to me and grab whatever's in it because I'm not wanting to be here. Some kind of horn.
Some kind of horn.
Irritated.
Some kind of horn comes out of the drawer. I don't know exactly what it is.
Okay.
I just grab it and don't even really look at it and just toss it in.
Okay. It's about 6 inches, and it's like black and spiraled, and like it's got a lot of spikes on it. It's not something you would, if you didn't really focus on it, you don't really know what it came from, but that's the basic shape and feel of it. Draco, Matcha.
So we're just trying to throw something into the fire here. Is that what we're
Yep.
doing?
Yep. Any?
So anything. So
Yep.
I just reach into my vest pocket and I pull out a very crude wooden dagger that I confiscated from some kid who was threatening other kids with it. And then I just throw this, it's like a hand carved, looks kind of old, like maybe he got it out of like his dad's, chest of family treasures that aren't worth anything. And then
the junk drawer.
exactly, and I throw that in the fire.
Excellent.
Did you just destroy evidence?
Less paperwork for me.
Good argument.
This was a sting operation. You're under arrest.
We knew it. He was crooked all along.
I'm just looking for, hoping to find a symbol of Lyra. It's essentially just 3 triangles with
So it's the
like
Triforce?
connected together.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, essentially the Triforce, I guess. But it's different though. I saw a picture. I don't remember. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
there's,
hopefully seeing if there was. Had to be right in here somewhere.
yeah, there's plenty of different like religious artifacts.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to give up my own
You
religious
find
artifact.
like a really ornate like medallion with the sign of Lyra on it. It's got like gold and like silver beading on the chain. It looks very valuable.
Throw it in.
Okay. After everybody's thrown something in the fire, as she instructs everybody to sit back down. And give me a minute. I gotta go cough real quick. Be right back.
Classic coughing break.
Be great if we could still hear him coughing.
Yeah.
I think that that wooden dagger I threw in the fire might have been his. So he's just
Pretty
gonna go
broken
cry.
up about it. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Part of me is waiting for him to like walk on screen on someone else's camera.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're all good.
I've been on the verge of
I'm
being
making
sick for a
another.
while.
I'm making another set of good berries for you.
I was wrong. It's stars, not triangles.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Should be. Don't even know the sign of your own god.
Right.
Yes, after everybody's item is thrown into the fire, she instructs everybody to sit back down and to just stare into the fire and breathe deeply and put all of your thought on your item in the fire.
All right, I'm done.
I did it. What's next?
And then,
I used all my thoughts up.
yep.
That's great.
As you are all focusing on your item in the fire, you notice that like the light that was in the room seems to be kind of getting dimmer. You're starting to feel a little lightheaded. It feels really hot in the room. The smell of like herbs and spices is just very almost overpowering. You're starting to get a little clammy and sweaty. If you try, you really can't like take your eyes off the fire anymore. It's like it's almost locked you in. You feel like, but you don't really want to look away from the fire either. It's kind of comforting, and you can notice various cracks and chips happening to the items that you threw in there. The smoke almost seems to be billowing out and around, so like you can't really see anybody else in the room anymore, but you still, you feel good, all things considered. After a few moments of this trance-like feeling, you hear Madame Zeroth. She sounds very like distant and kind of faint, but like she's there with you. Keep your focus on your item, and you will see as I see. And you hear her take a very deep breath. And she says, far to the west. And you feel like yourself lift out of your body, lift out of the carriage, and like fly to like heights you never imagined. And you can see like the earth from almost like a bird's eye view. And then as she says far to the west, it like spins and toward the west. And then you don't see where it stops, but you fly in back down to the ground, and things are very cloudy. There's a lot of shadow, and you see like a cloaked figure. And she says, a foul man awakens an even fouler beast from its long slumber. And you get a very overwhelming sense of dread. Now you're starting to feel very scared and like you don't want to be here anymore. She says, 1,000 eyes open. And in the darkness, you just see pairs of eyes opening all around you. You feel them all staring at you like creatures in the dark. Building an army unseen. Follow the tracks. You feel yourself pull out of that area, and you're just kind of standing. It looks like in plains, and there's like you've never seen this before, but you know what a train is, and there's one like just passing by right in front of you, like close enough that you can't even stick your full arm out, or you'd be losing it. Follow the tracks through the forest, under the mountains, and like a quick snaps of forests and mushrooms and mountains and mines and snow and things are like snapping in front of you now. You're feeling your heart rate is increasing, and like a lot of images are flashing in front of you.
Kind of like on Willy Wonka when they're riding the boat.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
All-knowing, all-powerful. You can hear Madame Zeroth. She sounds like she's sort of short of breath, and there's like a tinge of panic on the edge of her voice. Gods nor demons know not the like. Beware. The eye, the eye, the eye, the eye. And she just starts screaming the eye at the top of her voice. At this point, you kind of feel yourself coming back to your body, and you can hear her screaming the eye over and over again. And the tiefling female from earlier is kind of like shaking her and like trying to get her to stop, and she is panicking, you can tell. Madame Zeroth, again, her eyes are rolled back in the back of her head, and she's just got blood like pouring out of her nose. She's got blood pouring out of her ears as she's just screaming the eye, the eye. And then she calms down and her eyes kind of snap, and she looks at all of you and she says, you must stop it. And then she just goes limp.
I offer a good berry instantly. It has healing properties.
You gonna mama bird her?
And then
Not this time. There's no time for that.
And then Draco quietly mumbles to himself where nobody else can hear it, and he says, Well, I guess the eyes have it.
Damn it.
And that's the end of Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. It was fun while it lasted.
If the mares were here, then the maze would have it.
Yes.
She takes the offered good berry and she shoves it into Madame Zeroth's mouth and is trying to get her to swallow it. And from what you could tell, she gets it down, but there's no reaction.
I would like to slowly go over to her and just I guess nonchalantly. I don't really want to, in a way of not giving up too much, but I want to cast Cure Wounds on her just in case.
Okay.
But while trying to keep a low profile on my magic use, if that makes sense.
It does. I'm trying to figure how would that happen because I feel like
Just a slow, like I don't want to bring attention to it.
okay.
Like, of course it's going to be there,
Yeah.
but I don't want to acknowledge it or like have any of that sense.
You're not gonna like stick your hands in the air and say, "I say a heal,"
Mm.
and like slap her on
No.
the forehead.
Kind of like Snape casting the counter curse on Harry's broom in the first Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, only
But I
children
do have
everywhere
to-
notice it happening.
There is a faint
Yeah.
glow on her as you're doing it. Nobody can. I guess give me a sleight of hands.
Well, I mean, I'm not really like. It's more so. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm just not trying to make it a big deal.
Okay.
You're not showing off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I get you.
You cast. What was it? Healing hands
Yeah.
or lay on hands?
Lay on it or cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
Lay on hands is a paladin's skill.
Oh. Is there a roll for that, or is it an automatic
Yeah.
HP bonus?
It's it'll be let me click it actually, because it should be here. Yeah, here it is. Nope. Wrong button.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Everybody watches the dwarf kind of casually walk over as the tiefling's freaking out, and he reaches out and touches her, and she glows slightly, but still no response. Blood
I apologize.
continues-
That's all I can do.
Yeah, blood continues to like drip down the side of her as she's just laying there in the arms of the tiefling. In the arms of a
That's
tiefling.
exactly where my head went. Yeah, we're all on the same page. So
I just
can
wanna see a
I
picture.
sneak out of this carriage, or is that not?
Can you sneak out of the carriage?
Yes, I don't want to be around this anymore.
You can try.
She's the one that lit me on fire. I just want to make sure that
I'm not
That's
saying
noted.
she deserved it, but she did light me on fire.
right.
I want to
What do you
say
need from
that.
me?
Well, I want to say before you do that, I want to say that Draco stands up in front of the door because this appears to be a crime scene now.
God.
Because he's not quite understanding what's going on, but it seems like the lady might be dying or something, and he doesn't know if any of you fancy magic types did something to her. So we need to get this figured out.
No disdain
Yeah.
there with the fancy magic types.
Are you planning to
That guy
throw us all
distinctly
into
said
the
nothing
fire?
was poisoned.
He's got to get rid of all the evidence, guys.
Number one suspect.
I'm gonna
Yep.
ask the tiefling if she's dead.
She's not gonna look up. She's just gonna like hold her and like nod.
And I'm gonna still try to get out of the carriage.
The halfling tells Draco that she needs out. She needs to talk to Gorath.
The halfling does?
Yeah,
Well, who's Gorath? Tell me that.
Gorath is the half giant outside.
Hmm. All right. Well, Stay close, though.
Way
I
to
see
lock
you.
down the scene.
If I see you running off, there's a pursuit. But I need to step out and flag down the local other guard guys.
You're gonna flag down the guards as well as she's getting Gorath. Finnegan's
Yep.
like, I also need to talk to Gorath.
Yes. I am also a person of small stature that has business with that half giant.
Okay.
I don't
as
believe you.
She.
You don't believe me? Is that what he said? Why do you believe the other one?
Because she was with him.
You don't know me from Adam. I can be part of
You
this
just-
entourage.
You're just some weird little creepy little thing that showed up.
Wow, creepy little
As
thing.
far as I know.
The most racist dragonborn I've ever been around.
Yeah.
Profiling magic users.
You
just-
like.
You know what, buddy?
Pretty
You
much.
work for me, okay?
Yeah.
You work for me.
You got all that magic, and what are you doing with it?
I pay
Trying to
your
leave the
salary.
carriage.
My taxes.
Exactly.
I'm going to get out of the booth.
Out of the booth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sort of stand back.
Okay.
Just crash through a window.
As the halfling female calls to Gorath, and as Draco calls to the other guards, Gorath comes in really fast. But as he's
Where's
stepping,
Draco when he's calling to the other guards? Is he just
I'm-
peeking his head out?
No, I just went down on that first step there in front of the door, and I'm just kind of there blocking the door, people from leaving and entering, and I'm
'Cause
just
you're
kind
the
of
door
like,
police now.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Alright.
I don't think you're going
Yep, and I
anywhere
just-
there, Finnegan.
I know, this is ridiculous.
he used the
Mhm.
spell Summon Velvet Rope and is now like opening it and closing
Oh.
it to get in and out.
It's
After
the one
he-
magic. It's the one
Yeah.
magic trick I can do.
Yeah, okay. But hey, make comments mean about magic users while you're
Yeah.
doing magic. Typical.
Yep, pretty much. I don't disagree that I'm a hypocrite, so, and I'm also not ashamed of it either. Because
Have
as
the,
long as you
uh,
admit something, there's no shame in it.
Have the fishing boats left yet?
You have no idea.
I'm assuming I missed the boat, so I'm just kind of hanging out.
Okay.
Really
Angry.
uninterested.
As
Uninterested in the situation.
Gorath steps in the carriage, it suddenly like gets even bigger, like to accommodate for his size. The ceiling grows much like rapidly. It's like as he's standing up, the ceiling is staying above his head, and
That's awesome.
yeah, and then the room gets a little bit wider too, pulling Madame Zeroth and the tiefling holding her a little further away and from the booth where it was at. It's like the room just stretched. Gorath takes one look at Madame Zeroth and then pulls this gigantic club that looks like a small tree off of his back and just stares at all of you. He's starting to like shake and drool a little bit, and the tiefling says, "Gorath, no, it wasn't them. It was an accident. It was a terrible accident." You can see that she's just crying.
Has something like this happened before?
No, this has never happened. I've never seen. She's never acted this way before. She's dead. I don't know what happened.
Had she said anything leading up to this that might have indicated her connection to this power she spoke of?
She mentioned before we docked that she felt a strange energy, but nothing else. I didn't think anything of it. She was always saying weird things like that.
I would like to point out that the Dragonborn made a joke as she fell to the ground dead. He thought it was hilarious. Very, very poorly played, I thought.
I was saying that to myself, and I don't appreciate you eavesdropping on my conversations with myself. So
Yes, well, I was right.
can't
actually.
believe you would use that against me.
Believe it.
Draco, as you're outside, and there's probably a half a dozen guards that you can get their attention, and they're coming through the crowd. But you can see the crowd outside also getting a little unsettled. Something's obviously going on with the frantic half-giant running in the carriage, and then a bunch of guards squeezing through the crowd to get to the carriage. There's a murmur kind of going through. But takes about 15 to 20 seconds, and you've got about a half a dozen guards in front of the carriage with you, in front of you outside the carriage.
So then I just go ahead and I say to the crowd, hey, nothing to see here, folks. There was just a little bit of gambling going on, and somebody got a little upset that they lost, and a weapon was drawn, and it's just a security situation. You can all go about your day now. Go out, enjoy some food, buy some stuff,
Roll a deception check.
All right.
You might hear Orion from further inside the carriage say, "That's not at all what happened."
There's a nat 20 on that
That
deception.
was a nat 20.
God, you had a 1 for deception.
This is the greatest lie he ever told.
Nobody's not going to believe some big dragon guy telling them something, I guess.
I would say most of the people are now just looking really confused.
And I'm going to say to whoever can hear me, he lies as easily as he breathes. This one.
Pay no mind to that little fellow over there.
I'm in the carriage. I don't think
he's
they
a
can hear
he's a
me.
magic user, you know.
Can't trust them types.
He's I saw him eating strange fruit earlier from some weed that was growing in
You
a sidewalk.
Definitely did not see that.
It was
What kind of guy eats random weed fruit, you know?
I know of 2 now. It has 2 thumbs and eats random fruit from the sidewalk.
I'm gonna turn to everybody and say that this is tying us all together now, and like, is this really what are we gonna consider the Madame's words, or that's a lot to like lay down on us. So I want to ask what you guys are thinking.
I hang on her words. Are the rest of you soothsayers like she was, like I am?
Well, since I missed the fishing boat, I got nothing better to do.
It was this or the fishing boat.
Eh.
I was either going to save all of the world or catch a few fish, win a tournament.
One does
Yeah.
not decide when fates call upon them. We are here, and the fates call.
As far as I'm concerned, I just got hired to do a job. I don't know what that weird crap was that we all just saw, and to be honest, I don't really care. I'm not going on
That
no
was fake.
grand adventure. Nothing like that.
You don't like adventure?
Nope.
Why not?
Had enough of it in my day. So watched
It's
too
like-
many people lose their lives for basically no purpose.
Seemed like there's a big purpose, though.
Nope. That's subjective.
But it's like a thing. Like when this happens, you're supposed to.
I need a financial incentive here is what I'm getting at.
As you're kind of dismissing like this is not that important, the tiefling like lays Madame Zeroth down gently and stands up, and she looks very furious and is like, "How can you ignore her dying words? I've never heard her speak so before. It's usually, love in the future or great fortune for small villages, but I've never heard such a terrible, terrible fate, and you're just going to ignore it?
Yeah. Plenty of people who have said a bunch of weird stuff when they were dying. What makes this any different?
Can you tell us if you know of this eye? Have you ever heard of this eye?
No.
Not at all.
No, I don't know what she's talking about. Just as far to the west, I know of no eye.
Is there any way we can investigate this carriage to see any more information?
What do you mean?
I want to rifle through her stuff more.
That seems fair.
Are you asking, or are you asking the tiefling, or are you just gonna? Are you
Do
asking?
you think there would be any positive growth in trying to investigate if there's any literature in this carriage talking about the eye?
You can. Yeah, you can look if you want. Roll investigation.
Nope, wrong one. Thought I was better at this.
I would also find it beneficial to look for more clues. I was going to continue my travels either way, and if I can travel with a group, that's always safer.
As you're rifling through, you're not finding a whole lot, but the 6 guards that were outside earlier now enter with the mayor, and
Hey.
she said this was unnecessary.
It works.
She's kind of calm, but very, thin-lipped and looks worried. And she says, I need to escort you all to the city house because we need to investigate what happened here. She said there's already... The crowd is stirring outside, and we need to get you guys out of here quickly before things go south.
I want to
Okay.
raise my head. Can we just
Yes.
can we just take the carriage somewhere?
Roll on, man.
I mean, you could,
Can we just move the carriage?
you would
Can we
be
just move the
trampling
carriage?
people.
They'll move out the way. Just go slow. I've seen those videos on the highway.
I can walk out front and clear the crowd and
Well, you
swing
are
my sword.
Under investigation now,
Yeah.
so you're being
I do
also
have the
escorted.
fairy fire spell. I could light the mayor on fire and let the crowds clear themselves.
Well, all right, I'm going to ask the mayor, are we being obtained or are we just being...
I know my rights.
Are we gonna have to cheese it?
Or are you meeting with us
Yes,
later?
we're not detaining you. We're getting you to a safer place, and we're going to figure out what happened. The crowd out here is getting restless, and we need to announce her death. And I don't want you 6 here when we do that for your own safety and
All right.
for
See you later, guys.
the town's safety. And so you guys are led out, mayor leading, and then the group of 6 guards kind of surrounding you. There's a lot of people yelling questions at you, and people confused and scared. But nobody's trying to make a move. They're more, just concerned and a little confused.
Curious.
Yes.
Yeah.
they're wondering why
yeah,
such a big...
I
Oh,
use
sorry, go
natural ingredients.
You gonna say everybody's wondering why such a big deal is being made about a gambling mishap?
There's been some serious stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna swiftly go.
The crowd parts, you guys make it through. It's essentially the police station. There's a large interrogation room where you're all sat in there. and asked to wait for a little while they find out what exactly happened. It's just like a plain white room with like a mirror. Definitely not a two-way mirror.
I'm gonna ask the group here if they know where any of these tracks are, if they've ever seen the tracks.
The
Would I
tracks.
be
Are they
familiar
just-
with the forest west? of here?
Yes, you guys can roll. Let's see. Is there a local? Do you have knowledge of local, or what is that?
History?
History. Yeah, let's
Arcana?
do history. And if you want to know, you can do like nature as well for the forest to the west.
So we all do history then?
Sure.
Yeah. Both are 1 for me, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you did good on
I
your
have
history.
I have amazing modifiers, but I can't roll over a 5 to save my life. So
Why is that not happening?
we are doomed.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'll fix that next time. Our rolls aren't popping up on the stream. I just noticed.
All good.
So
It's been
let-
implied thus
Yep.
far.
Yep. So looks like everybody with their history knows that there is like some ancient rail tracks outside of the town that kind of lead west to the forest. Orion and Finnegan, who rolled nature, both know that the forest to the west is called Ruin Wood. It's a pretty old forest that's been kind of overrun by various fungi and mushrooms, and it's very dangerous to go into without the proper equipment.
Would I happen to know where to procure such equipment or what might be necessary for that?
You would know what would be necessary. Yeah, you just have to go find it. It's basically, yeah, it's like essentially like a respirator, like a gas mask
Got it. Okay.
with goggles.
I definitely share that with the rest of the group, whoever might not be aware.
Okay.
So make sure you are ready for the trek. I imagine after they clear our names, we'll be heading that way.
I know I'm excited for such an adventure.
Imagination.
For what it's worth, I don't want to seem like I'm forcing anything on anybody. Orion is just assuming that everyone's going to take up the call. That's what this is. Yeah.
Because that's what you would naturally do, right,
Yeah.
Orion?
It's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I would say
Especially from
that
her.
I would say that for Draco, he during the midst of this had a chance to speak with the kind of the head honcho of the LMA and the security thing, and that because the star of the show died like right under my nose, I've been fired, and that my reputation has been sullied, and I will never be able to get work as a contract guard ever again, unless there's some level of investigation that clears my name.
Yeah. You haven't been contacted by the head honcho yet. You've just been put into this room with everybody else, but that is definitely something you probably assume will be happening as your character.
Okay.
How this system works. But yeah, you haven't spoken. You're all waiting to talk to somebody.
I'm gonna introduce myself and let everybody know. Hey, my name's Ace, by the way.
I am Orion. Good to meet you, Ace.
You too.
Hello, I am Finnegan Magefellow.
Yeah, I've seen you around.
Yes, thank you. You scurried off so quickly,
You're
I
hard to
never
miss.
got to properly say thank you. I'm hard to miss. You don't know how much that delights a small person to hear that you're hard to miss. You're such a sweetheart.
No.
She's
I'm
very
gonna
kind, this
pat
one.
him
I
on the
can
head.
tell.
My name is Draco, and I had this name for that little spoiled blonde rich wizard kid. So it's my name, not his. So
He's the
I
one that
shouldn't have
sucks.
I shouldn't have to change my name.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you gonna tell your father about it?
Well, he'll tell his father, not me. I don't know where my father is or who he is.
Oh, sad
Some baggage
backstory.
there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wonder you have such a problem with other authority.
Mm-hmm.
And you, big fellow? And I talking to the orc.
Yeah, you don't need to know who I am. We're
You seem a bit sour.
I don't even know why I'm in here with you guys. I'm just trying to go fishing. As
You
soon
were
as I
lit
get
on
out,
fire.
yeah, I'm going fishing. I got nothing to do with any of you. The only one of you I even know is this guy up here, and he just made me get in line. So I got no good feelings about any of you.
Well, perhaps we could all.
Would you say that
have
you're
a drink
feeling
after
called
this.
to fish?
What's that, Orion?
That's what I do. I fish.
Then perhaps the fates would see us fish alongside.
I'm not convinced. You piqued my interest.
After a little time goes by, the door opens and Draco recognizes this large. He's definitely the largest dwarf that anybody has seen as far as height, and he's still very stout. He kind of looks like Juggernaut from the X-Men, maybe not that tall, but he's just this massive dwarf that looks weird because he's so big and his proportions are the same. But he's got like one eye missing and like a whole bunch of scars on that side of his face, and he's just like a grizzled veteran. All right, what the hell happened today?
Fate?
I was lit on fire and forced to
Yeah.
go into a carriage.
Yeah, this old lady made us throw a bunch
Begrudgingly
of crap.
tea, and then I threw
Yeah.
tea into a fire. And then this woman was screaming these crazy things. I couldn't even keep up or wrap my head around any of it. The next thing I know, she's dead. She just died. Right there.
That's exactly what happened.
I tried to leave, and then the half giant came into the carriage, and the carriage grew bigger. It's
Okay,
just
did
been
anybody
a
see
whirlwind of a
anything
day.
peculiar besides the little man here?
Yeah, I'll say as much as it pains me to say it, that little creepy magic fella's got it right. And we all threw a bunch of stuff in there. We hallucinated. So I don't know if that lady put some stuff in the tea or in the flames, but it made us all see a bunch of weird stuff. And then next thing I know, she's dead.
Anybody else see anything out of the ordinary? Did the tiefling or the halfling have anything to do with this?
Nothing.
The halfling was very rude, very preoccupied with something, maybe a murder plot. Didn't want to make us tea, probably because they were wanting to focus more on murder.
The only thing that was suspicious that I saw was that little mage fellow eating fruit from a weed in the sidewalk. So you might want to look into that.
I guess that's canon now. Somehow Draco sussed that out while I was way off out the side.
Orion turns. He's like, "Oh, did you like them?" He passes you another one.
And I happily take it.
He can see everything. But can he see why kids
See?
love the great taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yeah, look at this bunch of weirdos eating sidewalk fruit from a weed.
I'm gonna tell him nothing really mysterious other than, you know, Madame Zeroth's words.
Or what were her words? What did she say before she died?
She said the eye.
So much stuff.
Do you know anything about the eye? Well, I know you're missing one, but
I feel like I'm being attacked.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's
She said the
Disguise on-
eye. Singular.
it was you.
Now we got a guy with one eye.
though.
As I would like to make one observation, she mentioned 1,000 eyes opening, and if he only has one, it's unlikely that he would be in that number, as 1,000 is an even number.
There could have been multiple people with one eye.
This is also possible, but
That's a
then
lot
there
of
could
eyes.
have been 3 as well, and then that would rule all of them out.
One
I'm-
eye
I'm-
to rule them all.
I'm starting to think it's not even eyes as in eyeballs. Maybe it was the ends of needles.
Hmm.
The ends of needles.
That doesn't make sense, little weirdo.
Okay, he's right. I was stretching.
Little mage fella.
To make a long story short, we, the 6 of us, were called upon a mission to fell the forces of evil in the West, and we must be leaving soon.
I will tell you when you can leave. I don't think that any of you are in any trouble, but we have to sort all of this out first before we get you out of here. Give me time to speak with the tiefling and the halfling and that giant and get this all sorted out. And he just walks out of the room and shuts the door. You hear it loud lock. And there's at least an hour before he comes back.
Are there any windows?
No. It's essentially like
I have to use the bathroom.
Do you think we've gotten them into any sort of trouble?
Them.
I
Who?
don't think so.
We seem to be in trouble.
Is it bars, like a cell door bars, or just like a big wooden door?
No, it's like a metal door. It's like
Can I kick it in?
You can try.
What am I rolling to kick this door in?
Strength.
Get me out of this room.
Rank.
It's like the very top one on the left side.
I've resigned myself
Oh, there it
to
is.
the fact that I'm probably being fired, so I don't even try to intervene.
Okay. You kick it and it makes a really loud bang, but you don't see any. Doesn't feel like it gave any, and you don't see any damage on it.
Well, that's no good. Looks like we're stuck here.
I'm
Did
gonna...
you try the handle?
Anybody want to play a card game?
Anybody pick a lock?
Oh.
About as well as I play
I'm
cards,
ready.
actually, yes.
Yeah. Is it, what kind of a lock is it?
It's like a lock that takes a key.
A key. I don't know where to
You like
pick a lock.
push it in and then twist it, and then if you open it from the other side, the lock pops back out.
Seems very foreign. I'm used to just putting that big old bar down in the slot.
How do I do that?
That would be a.
It's not like a...
It's a sleight of hand, I think.
Is it sleight of hand?
Or no, let's see. Stealth. It'll be down here. I can't remember. I think it's. Let's do sleight of hand. Trying to pick a lock. What are you using to pick the lock?
A lock? I probably have a lock pick, huh?
I don't know.
I
Do
don't know
you?
either.
It doesn't matter. You don't do it. Whatever you're trying to pick in there snaps and like is stuck in the lock now. It was a playing
Draco.
card. She like folded up a playing card all tight and was trying to pick the lock with it and it just ripped.
Draco, I can't help but worry. Zeroth mentioned an army. Are the people of this area well suited for war?
From what I've seen, I would say that beyond some local small-time militia, this area is likely not prepared to face off what we believe may be coming.
I mean,
And
how
time
do
may
we
be of the
fight an
essence.
entire army? It's just us.
After some time, the door kind of rattles a little bit and then opens. And
Did we hear the button on the lock pop out?
Yep, it pops out. There's like an exit sign lit up right above the door.
Yeah.
The dwarf walks in again. Says, "All right," and then kind of signals somebody else to walk in, and it's the tiefling. And she says, "I've told him everything. I know that you guys didn't do anything wrong. I know Madame Zeroth, and I feel like that was a true, not a forecast, but a foresight. I think that you guys have to go. But when we announced her death, a certain part of the crowd was not pleased and are getting kind of out of control. So we have to get you out quietly. And we have to do it tonight."
Are we?
I'm at your leisure then.
Are we waiting here until tonight?
They want to go right now.
Can we resupply real quick?
Resupply?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I need some ale.
And
No,
are
there's
are
no
we
time
heading
for
west into
ale.
Ruin?
What's that?
Are we heading west into Ruinwood?
They're trying to
Is-
get you out of town right now. After they announced Madame Zeroth's death, a lot of people are pissed off.
Yeah, I heard all
Yeah.
that part. Sorry.
So yep, they're just trying to
I
get you
was just
guys out of
wondering
town.
Okay.
As
So
I
where we head
understand-
after that is up to us.
Mm-hmm.
As I understand, we'll need to go through Ruinwood, and that trek requires breathing apparatus to keep us safe from the poisonous flora in those woods.
The half dwarf looks, not the half dwarf, the giant dwarf looks to the tiefling. He says, "Aye, he's right. Maybe we should get them some supplies before we head out tonight." And
Free stuff!
he sees you
Well
do that and
done.
goes, "All right, everybody pitch in." Holds out a hat.
Ah, damn it.
I put another berry in there.
And I add a button.
Man, I just threw out that toy, that fake little dagger thing too. That might have been worth something.
He says, "All right, we're gonna wait for nightfall. We'll get you some rations. We'll get you some bedrolls, and we'll get you guys some apparatuses for breathing in Ruinwood. And then we'll have a contingent of guards lead you out of town tonight. Get some rest while you can." And then they both walk out again.
Your help is much appreciated.
Macha's like, "Bring me ale!" as the doors close.
Right? Look for the supplies.
So do we go back to our
Nope.
hotels or?
No,
Are we just still locked in this room?
Yep.
You guys
Dibs on
wanna
that
play a
corner.
Card game? Are you sure?
I guess.
Um,
What do you know?
After another hour or so, they bring in some food for you guys, and some sundae in small tankards.
Were our weapons like confiscated when we caught it?
They were,
came
but
in, or
they've-
do we?
Yeah, after you guys have been cleared, things have been given back to you.
Okay.
So you guys do have all your normal gear. They want
So
you.
I left a pouch of like 50 gold in my tavern room. Can you guys go? I'm pretty sure you can just recuperate it for me. Just give me 50 gold and you guys can pick it up later. Like
I'm good for it, man. I promise.
yeah.
There
Yeah,
might
it's
be some
there.
IOUs in there.
That's as good as cash.
After several hours goes by, you guys are also served dinner, but the time has come for them to try to get you out of town. They give each of you a pack. It's got 10 rations in it. It's got a bedroll. It's got a water skin. It's got like a half a gallon of Sundale, like a growler of Sundale. It's got 50 feet of rope, and it's got 2 sun rods, which are like large glow sticks that will be bright for about 4 hours.
I did not get all that down. Did anybody get all that?
I got most of it.
What do you got?
Water skin, bedroll, 10 rations, a half a what?
Half gallon of ale.
Half gallon ale, 50-foot rope, and 2 sun rods.
Yep,
Total or for each of us?
for each of you. And a backpack.
Nice.
Is that not?
Backpack.
That'll get me to some good fishing ground because I'm not going with you guys. I haven't decided yet if I'm going west.
What was
I
that?
mean, we still have our stuff that we created our character with too,
Correct.
though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna sell this for cash.
Right.
2 sun rods. I got 2 sun rods. Orian's just gonna be in the alley and he's gonna be like, "Hey, you want to buy some rations?" My little squirrel friend here says you do.
Squeak, squeak, squeaking.
Squeaky squeaks. Peterson. That squirrel's not to be trusted.
While we're waiting, I'm gonna casually look at the coin that I pocketed.
Okay.
And see if I know anything about it.
Give me a history.
Nice.
You know that it's a coin from the old world. It's been worn and tarnished, but you can make out the numbers 89 on it.
Is it a head of Lincoln? Just a penny.
It's just very worn. It's like silver in color mostly, but it's very
There's
tarnished.
no design on it.
No, there is markings on it, but you can't really make them out.
I'll casually put it back in my pocket.
So you said it has 89 on it?
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Do we know? So I don't know that, or
Yeah,
you just
don't know
that?
Just
That's
she
Oh,
was
okay.
just
coin
looking
I
at it.
stole. I just was peeking
Okay.
at it.
Got it. So we don't know if it's like a commemorative coin from
You don't
Taylor
know that
Swift's
I
1989 tour.
I'm not sure what happened to Discord here. Oh no.
Oh, I saw Jason for a sec.
Jason's the only one popping up now.
It's your
Perfect.
show
I'm still
now,
here.
Jason.
All right, Jason, what's going on?
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons,
What edition are we playing, Jason?
the one that's on the computer.
Discord and Dragons.
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, well, that's
D&D.
unfortunate. I'm not sure what the heck just happened, but
Dysfunctional technology and dragons.
Is the audio still coming through? Or no?
yeah, because when you guys are talking, I can see the green line pop up around you.
Okay.
Well, I can't anymore. So I
Maybe.
We're
Is
maybe got,
anybody
5
watching?
minutes left.
So okay, yeah. Anyway, let's just. I'm just gonna do this so I can actually see you guys.
Carry on.
So they're trying to get you all out of town now. They want to do it relatively covertly. So they're going through a lot of alleys. Let's have everybody roll a stealth. I know that's everyone's favorite at best skill, especially those of us wearing heavy armor.
I don't know what I rolled.
All right, Matcha.
That's what I expect. Yeah.
And he's
all I can
walking
roll.
stealthily, but he's also telling stories on the way.
It's a
I
10.
can't hear a single step, but I'm just still talking. I remember one time we had to be stealthy, and so I says to the warrior in our party at the time, "Oh, my friend, let me cast a spell to help quiet that armor from clinking and clanking around." And he says to me, "I don't need the help of some little gnome.
Little man back
You'll
there.
never
Quiet
believe
down."
what happened next." Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Finnegan won't stop talking for the beginning portion of it, but then one of the other guards like just picks him up and like covers his mouth, and magic stuff.
That's how I prefer it anyway. Just,
Puts him on his hip like a little baby.
yeah, makes me feel safe.
Just holding him like that.
I just nuzzle into his bosom
Shoves a berry in his mouth to quiet him down.
like a pacifier. I do like the what Finnegan is being created into. It's working. It's just fine.
The the guard gets you guys through a couple of pretty intense situations. A lot of people like meeting outside buildings. You can hear a lot of anger and shouting, literal torches and pitchforks, and you guys do manage to dodge all of that and get through the western wall gate to get outside the city. And the large dwarf says, well, this is where we say goodbye. Good luck. I wouldn't come back anytime soon. Wait several weeks if you do come back. We're gonna mine this side of the city for the evening, but you better go now. I don't care where you go. You follow your own path. You don't have to do what I tell you, but well, you don't have to do what she tells you. You have to do what I tell you. But get out of here.
Shane, can you highlight on the map where exactly it is we are exiting the city here?
Instructions unclear.
Yes. I'm just gonna pretend that this map was planned properly, and we're what looks like north on the map is actually west.
That's fine.
So we're up here.
Okay.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Sorry, right over here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Just wanted to get my bearings here. So I was trying to figure out, are we going to be walking along this beach?
Nope.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep. And as you look out from the city, and you see this.
Is that rail?
Yep. Those are old train tracks. Some
And
fencing.
power lines?
Yeah, they're like ruins,
Nice.
like posts and stuff like that.
All right.
Plains and hills.
If a train comes along, I'm gonna dodge it.
Nice.
You know,
But like at the last second, so
it's
it's
gonna be
super
like
cool.
walking across the bridge. Train.
Exactly right.
Would I know? I'm a pretty well traveled gnome. Would I know where the nearest city or village or stop would be from here?
The nearest would be north, and then like northeast, or you could
Okay.
go south.
But we are
Um,
wanting to go west per the madams. death thralls.
Yeah, let me. My gosh, this is taking forever. Yeah, you will need to go.
So if we head west, we're going into the Ruinwood. There's
Yeah,
not
you
like
know
a
that there's
little
some settlements on
camp
the other
stop.
side of Ruinwood,
Okay.
but if you go west, you're going into Ruinwood.
Good. Do I share that with anyone else?
I don't know. Do you?
I'll say that I do. Say
I'm gonna ask
that this way takes us through.
Orion if he knows how long it would take for us to get through the woods. Since you
Do I know?
I would say probably not. I wouldn't think you'd ever been there. It's not a place most people go. There are a few who do go, but not a lot.
How do most people get to the other side of those woods? Can you traverse them?
They don't.
Hmm.
It's kind of mostly like splitting the island there. You would take a ship around to the other side.
So that's an option.
The length of the journey is unknown to me, and it matters not. We must still make the trek. The fates will provide.
The fates killed that woman.
She lived for a very long time before then.
About time someone did her in.
It worked very, very well until it didn't.
should we start walking immediately? It's nightfall, correct?
Mm-hmm. It's dark.
Yeah, I don't think we want to just hang out here outside the city gates, right?
I'd
Yeah.
suggest us getting as far away under the cover of darkness.
And I will regale the group with tales of my other travels.
I'll try to hold my staff aloft to channel the light of the stars above and see if there's any sort of direction indicated by the fates, as it were.
Those scary fates. Those fates are gonna get us all killed. As you like shift and tilt your staff, the gem kind of reflects some light through, and you don't know whether it's the fates or if it's just the way it's reflecting off of the rails, but it is going down the rails. Sorry. But yeah, the rails, there's, I know, rusty in spots, but in those spots that are not, there is light reflecting off of it.
I'll say unless stopped, Orion is gonna begin walking in that direction.
Yeah, I'll start walking too.
I'm gonna walk as well, but not with them. I'm gonna kind of be behind them a little ways.
Just smoking.
We're not friends,
Yeah.
so
And then Draco's gonna try to one up the orc and be like 5 steps behind the orc. You know, not being being even more friendly, you know, or being less friendly, and just trying to out orc the orc.
Who can be the biggest sourpuss?
Yep. I can make less friends on this trip than you can.
Matcha?
Oh yeah, just going along with the party.
Okay.
Nothing exciting.
I'm gonna pour some ale for myself and tip my mug toward matcha and
I
have myself a little drink while we walk this path.
I reciprocate the gesture and cheers him.
And then I tell the group, he's the best animated golem dancer I have ever seen.
I'll have to see that someday.
Right?
You can see it right now. Do it.
Only. Sorry, only in celebration.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. It is special.
All right, I'm assuming, yeah, Vor and Draco are apparently in the back now. You guys can put yourselves wherever you would like to be on this little kind of first half of this map.
Okay, so who is who, just so I know here? So purple, that's Ace.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Orange,
still
who's
can't see names.
orange?
That's weird because you can see him on this one.
Yeah.
Orange is matcha.
Okay. Orange.
You have to like right click and go into a setting as the
like
DM.
on the streaming screen, everything's showing.
That's because they get to see what you see.
No, I'm using a different.
Oh.
I've joined as a
then
player, and
I'm not
streaming
a
from
guess.
that. Let's see.
It may be because you made that player later, after the tokens.
It's not a no. It's like I can join as a player
Right.
from like being the DM, and so I'm still under Lord Crow. I'm just
Green is Orion.
yeah.
Red is Draco. And dark green is
Vor.
Vor. Okay.
I'd like to keep an eye out.
Okay.
And possibly walk semi-stealthily. I'm aware of my footfalls.
Okay.
I would like to
despite-
inspect the ground for grid lines.
You don't see any. It's so weird.
Sorry.
And about how late is it now?
I would say you guys have probably been walking for about a half hour to 45 minutes, so you're a little ways into the evening.
At some point, I imagine I'll suggest that we set up camp somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just there's no trees or anything.
No, it's kind of like rocks and
Okay.
tall grasses. There are some like
Does this forest
bushes and
start?
stuff. What was that?
See.
When does this forest start?
It's a ways away.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to keep an eye out for any sort of camp that's
Okay. I mean, there's plenty of space on the either side.
sort of hidden.
Okay. Yeah, you can see like over here in these. There's like a
There's
little
my amazing nature check to
Nook.
see if
in the rocks
find
here
any
and
nice
stuff that.
outcroppings in the rocks.
You would have your backs to the rocks essentially.
Yeah, some sense of safety at least.
We want to
And-
camp over there for the night then.
Being hidden away. Would that
Sounds
be
like a
kind
good
of
spot.
over in this area here?
Right
Or
here.
pink?
And start again
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, camping for the night. And that's probably where we will end then, because I have to go pick up our daughter.
Camp a little ways
A
away.
new adventure awaits.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody once again for hanging out, playing.
Yeah.
We'll see everybody again in 2
Thank you.
weeks. I feel like the setup was a little better. I'm gonna keep trying to improve it a little bit at a time, and someday we'll look like pros.
That's all you can do. A little bit every time. You don't know problems exist until they are staring you in the face.
Yes.
That's how it goes.
Yep.
Yep.
What
gotta-
Madam said as well. She died. She died.
Got to fix the plane while it's flying.
Yes.
That's what Boeing does. I mean,
Right.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot, and we'll see everybody next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
bye.